Hi everyone, this is Bilal Khan and you are watching Simplified Coding. Welcome to a brand new series where we will talk about some real world problems we often face while building Android apps, and more importantly, how to solve them. Before we dive into today's topic, let me quickly show you the code that we will be using in this video. This is the GitHub repository for this series. Since this video is about Compose Safe Navigation event, you need to go inside this folder. Now, as I create more videos and more projects, I will put all the projects inside this repository only. And here in the README, I will update all the topics in the chronological order. So right now we have only one topic. That's why we have only one item here. That is Compose Safe Navigation event. So this is the repository and here you will find folders for all the topics that we are going to cover in this series. Inside every folder, you will find two subfolders, starter and end. Right now, you cannot see end because it is not completed. But when you will be watching this video, you will see one more folder here that is called end. Now, starter is the starter project that you need to open in your Android Studio. It has all the basic setup done so that you can simply open the project in Android Studio and focus on the main topic. So what you need to do is you need to clone this project and you need to open this starter in your Android Studio. Now let's move back to Android Studio where I will explain the project and the problem that we are going to discuss in this video. Once you open the project in your Android Studio, first thing you need to do is you need to run this to make sure everything is working fine. Now, if you see the screen, that means the project is working fine. Now, let me explain you what this project is. So it is very simple project and it has two navigation destinations. The first one is create view that we can see here in the application, and the next one is list view. Now from create view, we are navigating to list view. Let's try doing it in the application. So I will write some title, let's say Kotlin, and I will write any description. Now I will click on post and you can see we have list view. Now let me explain you the project. So first we will go to create view. So it is a very simple UI. You can see it has two text fields and one button. Inside the view model file, the first thing that I have is the state. And state has title description, is submitting, error and success. Now inside view model, I have a state that I am observing inside my create view, as you can see here. Now whenever the title is changed, I am updating the state to render the updated value in the UI. Same for description. Now I have a validation function to make sure the inputs are valid. And right now I am only checking whether the input is blank or not. If it is not blank, then it is a valid input. Now we have one more function that is on submit. Inside on submit, I am updating the state and I am updating is submitting to true. And then I am simulating a network call. So I have added a delay of 2 seconds. And then I updated the state again is submitting to false and the success message to successfully created. And this is on cleared message just to log the view model is destroyed. It is not needed for now, so I will delete it. Now, what is the problem in this project? It is working fine. Let me run it again. So I entered the title, I entered the description, and then I clicked post button. So the state is updated. As you can see here, the button was disabled and we saw submitting, and then we are at list screen. Now the problem is if from here we will go back. So let's press this button to go back. You can see I am not able to go back. This is because the value for the success is updated. And here inside my create view, I am checking If the success is not null, then fire on post created. And this function is navigating to list screen. So whenever I am trying to come back, I am going to list screen again. So this function is getting triggered again and again and again. And you are not able to come back to the previous screen, as you can see here. Now, how can we fix this problem? The simplest and a pretty bad solution is we can update the state once the navigation is completed. So here we can create one more function. Let's say clear success, or you can name it whatever, and then you can update the state. And to the updated state, we will set success as null. Now here, once we navigated, we can call viewModel dot clear success. Now if I run the application, this code will work. So this is the list. If I press back, it is working fine. Now this is an okay approach, but the problem is every time you are navigating to a different screen, you need to clear the state after navigation. And if you forget this, your application will have bugs. So in this video, I will tell you a different solution. So if you go to create view model, so we are coupling the navigation event inside our UI state. So we are using this val to navigate to a different screen. So what I am going to do is I am going to decouple state and navigation events. So I will create a sealed class here. Now sealed class because we can have multiple navigations from a single screen. For example, let's assume a login screen. In login, we have login, we have forgot password, we have sign up. So the same way you can have multiple navigations from a single screen or multiple navigation destinations from a single screen. For now we have only one destination, but still I will create a sealed class. So we have sealed class, let's say navigation event, and inside the sealed class I will define data object and navigate to list, and it is a navigation event. Now, instead of using this state, I will create a shared flow. And with the help of shared flow, I will emit the navigation events. And navigation events are mostly single shot events. That means we received the event, we will navigate the screen, and the work is done. So what I will do is, I will create an event flow here. So the same way that we created this mutable state flow, this time I will create a mutable shared flow. So let's write private val event flow, and it is a mutable shared flow. Now the type is navigation event, and inside this mutable shared flow, I will define extra buffer capacity and I will make it 1 so that I can keep one extra event. For example, your flow is active but there are no collectors. In that case, if we have an event, we can keep it on the buffer so that we can wait for the UI to start collecting the events. Now I will pass one more parameter here that is called on buffer overflow. And for this, I will write the value as buffer overflow dot drop oldest. That means if we have more than one event, in that case, we will drop the older events and we will keep only the latest event. To observe this event outside the view model, I will create an event same as this mutable state flow. So I will write val event flow. The type would be flow, and make sure you use this flow that is from Kotlin X coroutines flow. Now the type would be navigation event, and I will use this underscore event flow as shared flow. Now I can observe this event flow in my create view. But I need to emit the event as well. And to emit the event, what you can do is after submitting your form, you can emit event flow.emit and navigation event dot navigate to list. Now this clear success is not required. So I will delete this. Now let's go to create view and I will remove this if block. And what I will do is I will first get the lifecycle owner. So we have val lifecycle owner and I will get it from local lifecycle owner dot current. Now I will use launched effect because I need to collect flows. So I need launched effect. I will use unit for the key and then inside this launched effect, I will write lifecycle owner dot lifecycle dot repeat on lifecycle. And I will collect the events only when the lifecycle state is started. That means if the application is in background or it is not active, we will not collect the events. So here I will write lifecycle dot state dot started. And inside this trailing lambda, I will collect the events. So I will write view model dot event flow dot collect latest. And here we will collect the latest events. Now here I will write when event, and whenever you have an event, you can fire the respected navigation or function. So in this case, we need to fire on post created. And now our code is fine. Let's test it. So I will run the application and let's write Kotlin and some description and post. Now we are at the list screen, and if I press back, I am at the previous screen. So this way we separated the state and the event and handled single shot events properly. And now we won't have the issue when the navigation is getting re-triggered on recomposition. Awesome, right? Let me know in the comments what you think about this idea. In case you have any problem, confusion or question, you can leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. This is Bilal Khan now signing off.